Okay.
Why that drummer guy? You the drummer guy? Or
Yep.
What? Oh, you play drums?
I do.
Okay.
Just about 20 years now I've been playing.
Oh, you must have started very early.
When I was 9.
To me.
Mm-hmm.
9. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, Mr. Drummer Guy. Let's roll.
Hey everybody, this is that drummer guy Josh Ronquist, and it is my distinct honor to be here with Uli Jon Roth, who's going to be doing a headlining set here at POVs in Spring Lake Park, Minnesota, a part of the Extreme Guitar Tour. How's it going tonight?
Tonight? Or so far?
So far.
So far.
Well, both.
Well, because we're about to find out in a few hours' time how it's going to be going tonight, but tour's been really pleasant so far. We've got a really good bunch of people on the stage and in the bus. We're having a lot of fun. Some of the distances are brutal, but the package works with the 3 bands, and we've got an opening band as well. People seem to be enjoying it every night so far. Every show was successful, and I hope that this will continue.
I really hope so, and luckily it's a Friday night, so hopefully people will be coming out here tonight and enjoying the show. So how did the Extreme Guitar Tour come together?
I'm not quite sure because I wasn't involved. I was just offered the slot, and I was asked would I like to participate, but as I say, I was not involved in any of the organizational stages or picking the bands. Someone else did that, so that's why I'm not really qualified to to talk about it.
Oh, it's alright. But it's an excellent bill with all the touring bands together. It seems like it all fits together.
It works, and I wasn't sure about the title when I first heard it. I mean, what is extreme guitar? But I guess some of it is pretty extreme, Hey Craig, what's up?
What kind of a sound check do you want to do today?
Well, we're having an interview now.
Oh.
So.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I want to know what the
I don't know. Well, I'll just make it up,
Okay.
So. Yeah. Okay, let's carry on.
Oh yeah, that should be no problem. This is I'm able to cut the edit. Yeah, not a problem. Oh, so along with that, with the Extreme Guitar Tour, you were also touring behind your new double disc album.
Yes, yeah, toured quite a bit. I mean, we toured all over Europe with the Scorpions Revisited program, and now right after the end of this tour, in the middle of February, I'm going to hop on the plane to Japan. I'll be there for something like 10 days, and we'll carry on there, playing among other places in the same hall that we recorded Tokyo tapes in.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, Sun Plaza Hall, because I was told it's about to be demolished for the Olympic Games.
Oh,
yeah, and that's really a shame, because when we first came to Japan, we had 3 shows there in that hall, the result of which was Tokyo tapes, and so I thought it would be nice to revisit it for one last time, and we're going to record a DVD there, which will be called Tokyo Tapes Revisited, with that early Scorpions material. But before that, this double album, which the title of which is Scorpions Revisited, is similar because we're playing a similar set of songs, but yet it's going to be different because every night we're doing a lot of improvisations, and we're changing it around quite a bit. And my original idea was to record a tour and have a DVD from that as well. So that's what I signed up for with the record company. And then later on, it all came quite different. And we did a long tour, which was good, an American tour, and we recorded it. But afterwards, I wasn't quite so happy yet with the results. I thought we need to spend a little bit more time on that material, and we kept touring, and it got better and better and better. In the end, we ended up with recording the double album, and I was very happy with the results. But there was no DVD yet, so I said to the record company, okay, let's just split it into two. It's the kind of project that deserves it. It's the kind of material that can handle it, and we've got enough fans that will actually appreciate both, because that's unusual. Normally you have like a DVD and a CD basically of the same material. I never understood why that is the case. Actually, I always thought it's completely pointless. But no, we're going all the way. You know, we're doing both, and there'll be a documentary attached. There'll be also early Scorpions footage that I took with my Super 8 camera, just backstage traveling footage, you know. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a great show at the Sun Plaza Hall. We shall see. So that's what's happening at the moment.
Very cool. And it sounds like Toki Tapes Revisited may be the very last DVD that's ever recorded there.
Yeah, I don't know how many were recorded there. Certainly when we did our shows there, nothing was actually filmed, unfortunately. Video cameras were still in their infancy, and there certainly were no cell phones around, and it's yeah, it wasn't visually recorded, and I thought it would be nice to do that now, you know. It's like a step back into the past for me, into my own past, and I'm enjoying it tremendously. It's been a very rewarding experience, and also very interesting for me to reconnect with the early stuff, and reconnect in such a way that we're bringing it to life, back to life on a daily basis, really injecting a lot of the original spirit into it, which is quite fiery. It was quite wild, some of that stuff, but always melodic, and that's the most important thing for me. I like rock music, or any music, to be melodic, and I always thought that was one of the main reasons why the Scorpions made it big, because they always had good melodies. And not every band has good melodies. Some bands do it, but a different kind of, they have riffs or whatever, you know. But I thought Scorpions were different because they had these melodies, very singable, you know. Yeah.
It's a very true statement, and of course your legacy with the Scorpions, you know, lives on, and you're showing that so very well with the new double album and the DVD that'll be coming out. That's gonna be great to be able to see it tonight,
Yeah,
and see the DVD.
have you heard the album yet?
I got the promo for it, but I was only able to listen to a few tracks to it so far. Virgin Killer, one of my favorite Scorpion songs, I think sounds phenomenal.
That one came out very well. I think it sounds much better than the original, and I prefer the arrangement that we have now also. Yeah, and that was a tricky one to do, because it's easy with something like that to fall flat on your face, and it's the one thing I didn't want to happen was to actually revisit that stuff and then make it sound like identical or old or less good. And sometimes that happens with projects when you know, people redo their old material. Maybe even more often than not, they're not getting it right. I feel they don't have the same kind of connection anymore. Maybe the fire's gone, you know, the spirit's gone, and they're maybe a little tired or whatever, and it shows in a lot of results. Some people are getting it right, but the key to success here is, I think, you need to dial back into the original spirit and make that live. And that means you shouldn't do it in the identical way, because that's you just can't. And there's also different people. You know, everybody brings something else to the table. But every song and every melody has an inner kind of essence, a spirit that makes it what it is, an identity. And if you're able to bring that, breathe life into it, that it's kind of changeable and kind of breathe that into it so it lives in the moment and is relevant to the moment as if it could have been written today. That's really the key to success there, I think, you know, and that's what we were aiming for with this project.
And everything that I've heard for, I mean, I've only got to preview a couple tracks and listen to a few tracks, but what I've heard so far, you've done a magnificent job of bringing back the older material and making it sound like it was just written now.
Yeah, thanks. You know, and a lot of work went into the mix also. It wasn't easy. It sounded actually very good even when we recorded it. Like, you know, you pushed up the faders, but to get it to the point where you really, where you're really doing full justice to it, it was a lot of work. You know, it took like way over 3 months to mix it. The recording was very quick. You know, just 3 days. It was recorded semi-live. Meaning we played everything live in a special place, a really nice theater, but it was edited like a studio album later on, you know, and there were some overdubs, vocal overdubs, or stuff that didn't work. So it's kind of half and half, you know. It's the arrangements are exactly like we're playing them live, but there was a lot of improv going on, a lot of improvisation. And so a song like César Sharon turns out very different night after night. The entire middle is improvised. And there are quite a few that are like that. To me, that's important. Otherwise, I would get very, very bored quickly, you know, and I don't like that. I need the element of danger that something can go really wrong, and sometimes it does, you know.
Oh, that's very cool to me, though. It's like having those sections where you can build upon it live and have it change every night.
Yeah, that's what makes it tick for me, you know. I don't like reproducing things one by one, just identically. I get very, very bored quickly. And doing a tour like that would be inconceivable if I wasn't able to do it differently night after night, you know. Yeah.
Oh, it definitely makes sense with that. You touched on before that your favorite music with guitars for rock music is when they add that touch of melody. Is there any bands in recent times that have captured that for you?
I'm not really qualified to answer that because I'm not. You see, I don't really listen to music as such. I've not really listened for, well, at least 30 years. Very rarely, maybe when I'm in the car or something like that. So I'm not really following what's going on. Sometimes, you know, at a festival or so, I see something. So I'm not really qualified. I just don't know enough what's going on. And for me, it's usually enough to do what I do and to explore. You see, once one has found one's own road, you know, it's maybe not necessary to find inspiration elsewhere. I get the inspiration from just about everything, but I don't get it really so much from other musicians, you know. I used to learn an awful lot when I was a kid from other players, but those days are long, long gone, you know. Also, I love silence, and I don't really have a desire to listen to rock music. It's enough to make it for me, you know. And I don't play a lot either. I touch the guitar when I walk onto the stage, and I put it away when I leave the stage, and that's pretty much it. You know, that's enough for me. That way, it always remains like totally fresh. You know, totally fresh. And then it's exciting for me when I play, because I haven't overplayed.
Well, that definitely makes a lot of sense too.
It works for me.
Yeah.
There are people who, there are a lot of musicians who are like music junkies. They have their iPod going like all day long, and they love it, and I understand that. It's a different way of life, you know. And or there are quite a few guitar players who are always sitting, noodling, playing on the bass, whatever. It's just not for me.
Well, it's definitely working for you though. I mean, whatever you're doing, it is
I
working.
feel very comfortable with it that way. Let's put it that way, you know.
Well, that's the only way to be as a musician. You got to be able to be comfortable with your instruments and how you create music.
Yeah.
So, obviously, focusing on the Scorpions Revisited and everything.
Craig, I didn't know you were there. I thought you were in the hotel. Okay.
Oh, yes. Obviously, with touching on the Scorpions Revisited, are you also showcasing your solo material as well on this tour?
Yes, we're doing a little bit. We're playing Sky Overture, and I had written a short new guitar concerto, which I wanted to play. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to write out the parts in time before the tour, and we would have needed a little bit more rehearsal to pull that off. You know, I was looking forward to that, but we're playing a mixed bunch of things right now. You know, we're also doing some Jimi Hendrix because I love playing that stuff.
Oh, very nice.
We're playing some from that Scorpions Revisited era, and we're doing some Sky of Avalon Transcendental Sky Guitar stuff.
So, roughly how long of a set will it be on this tour?
It's different every night. It's never less than an hour. But sometimes, like yesterday, we played quite a few encores, and then when I get into it, when I like the zone, you know, then it's hard to stop me, you know. And then if the audience is with it, then I like to just carry on, and we just pull some rabbits out of the hat.
Well, that's very cool. I'm very much looking forward to
There's
it tonight.
Kofi Baker.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I'm going to have to go past your little camera thing there.
Oh,
It's not a
problem.
camera. It's an
audio recorder.
It's an
The
audio.
audio recorder
Yeah,
there.
yes.
I'm going to have to pass it and block it for a second.
No problem.
No problem at all.
No problem.
While I go and set the equipment up if it hasn't already been set up. Have fun. Carry on.
See you later, Kofi.
Brief cameo by Kofi Baker, drummer for Uli Jon Roth. But just to wrap things up here, I know there will be preparation and everything for tonight. Is there anything else that you would like to bring up that we have not touched on yet?
I need my gloves.
I don't know. I mean, you know, no, we need a more specific question than that. Otherwise, I could be talking all day and all night. You know, so. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. If you have another question, just go for it. But, yeah, maybe, you know, talk about the band a little. It's not the same band that we have in Europe, except for David Glazinski, who plays guitar with me. He's one of the players from Hamburg, Germany. Yeah, we've got Kofi Baker on drums. That's exciting. He's the son of Ginger Baker, of course, and Ginger was responsible for one of my first influences was the Cream, you know, with Jack Bruce and Eric Clapton, and I learned an awful lot from these guys. And so when we're on stage, Kofi and I, you know, it's every night is a new exploration of the unknown, and we're doing quite a bit of jamming. And I love jamming with Kofi because he's got great ears and he's so quick off the mark. And we sound completely different with Kofi than with any other drummer. He's got completely his own style. In the beginning, actually, it took us a while to come to grips with that because he is so unusual. And now I'm just loving it. It's excellent. You never quite know what to expect. And that's right up my alley. On bass we have Elliot Rubinson, who is the CEO of Dean Guitars.
That's right.
And very good friend of mine. We go back quite a few years now, and also he's sponsoring this tour. And we have Vinnie Vinnie Moore has a guitar with Dean, and I have the Sky guitar with Dean. It's a limited edition 6 or 7 string model, which I'm playing tonight. You know, so
nice.
yeah, they're my favorite guitars, and I don't even want to play anything else. I'm very, very happy with these guitars. And we've got John West on vocals, who've we also go back. We've been wanting to do something together for years. It just never happened, and on this tour we finally made it happen. I'm very glad we're getting on fabulously. He's got a beautiful approach to the singing, the vocals, a lot of sensitivity but also strength, and I just feel very comfortable with him on stage. Brings a lot to the table, you know, and it's an enjoyable experience.
And it sounds like an incredible lineup as well.
Yeah, it's a really good tour. You know, we've got a lot of very talented and skilled guitar players on the tour. You know, Craig Goldie and Vinnie Moore. David's one of them, actually. He's got his own solo project. What's the name of your solo project again?
Bathroom Mirror.
Bathroom Mirror. Very interesting stuff that he's doing. You know, you should check it out. And that's pretty much it. Huh?
Very cool. One last thing I wanted to touch on. You said that